Today, Dr. Shark would like to take you to learn something about the air. Air is an invisible and intangible gas. No one can live without it. Did you know the surface of our Earth is covered in a thick atmosphere? The atmosphere is made up with air. Our atmosphere can stop burning objects from outer space, makes our Earth a safe and comfortable place for us. It can also protect our skin from sunburn. From a distance, Earth's atmosphere is like clothes that protect humans, animals and plants that live on the Earth. In ancient times, during the encounters between humans and nature, we gradually realized that there was something that cannot be seen or smelt in space. Some called this the wind, while some called it gas. It is also known as empty. The scholar Aristotle believed that the material world is composed of 4 elements: earth, water, air, and fire. Besides, Greek scholar Anaximenes advocated that air is the source of all things. In short, before the mid-17th century, the awareness of the air is still very vague, but still they all regarded air as a matter of great importance. Similarly, people previously thought that air was intangible and invisible and did not occupy any space. However, the truth is far from it. If you take a plastic bag and shake it a few times and tighten the opening, you will find that the bag would be bulging. This proves that the air has its own volume and occupies certain space. Air and atmospheric pressure are good friends, so wherever there is air, there will be the atmospheric pressure. In the 17th century, there was a mayor called Glick in Germany, and he liked science very much. When he served as mayor of Magdeburg, Glick created a famous experiment. First, he pumped air out from 2 hemispheres to bind them closely. Then he used horses to pull from both sides. Finally, it took 16 horses to separate them. In this experiment, the outside air acted upon the 2 hemispheres, making them inseparable. Thus it can be seen that air is powerful. As gas, is it standing still? Scientific studies have shown that air is not stationary. When the sun's heating on the surface unevenly, it results in uneven air temperatures in various areas. Hot air will rise and cold air will drop. Thus, air flows, and the flow of air forms wind. As the airflow velocity changes, so does the wind speed. Strong wind means faster airflows. On the flip side, it means a slower airflow. In other words, the level of wind directly represents the strength of air force. Calm breeze is comfortable, but wind can also be destructive. For example, tornadoes are caused by a rapidly rotating hollow tubular upright aircraft. It causes millions of dollars in economic losses every year. It can also result in casualties and bring great harm. Because the wind is very powerful, people have been studying how to make use of it. Sailboats are an example. Sailboats utilize wind force. The sailboat originated from Europe, dating back to ancient times. It is a witness of struggle between humans and nature. The history of the sailboat is as old as our civilization. The kite is another example. A kite is heavier than air, but it can fly in the air because the wind blows onto the kite and generates pressure, and this pressure is perpendicular to the surface of the kite. While the kite is under oblique, the pressure of the wind blows diagonally. As kites are very light, the upward pressure of the air is sufficient to send kites high into the sky. There are 3 forms of objects in nature: solid, liquid, and gas. The air is gaseous. Solid objects have fixed volume and shapes. The shapes of solid objects will not change even if its container changes. Liquid has no fixed form. It flows via, and it is often affected by the container. Liquid will be shaped the same as how the container is shaped. Gas is the same as fluid, as liquid. It can flow and be formed. Sponge is a common item in our life. Its volume can be smaller when you compress it. Air is like a sponge. The volume can also be reduced by compressing. Compressed air also has elasticity. For example, the more air filled inside a ball, the more elastic it is. In our daily lives, if the compressed air were inflated into a tire, the tire can withstand a certain weight. If the bed were filled with air, we can also sleep on air. As air is of great importance, many scientists conducted calculations on the components of air. They found that air consists of 78% nitrogen and 21% oxygen. There are also 1% of rare gases and impurities. The air is a mixture. There is a lot more to be learned about air. Dr. Shark will take you to explore more about it.